Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. So today we're in a different environment, y'all. We're in my bathroom. I'm getting ready, y'all. The reality is this week I'm so busy with other things, and so I want to make sure though that I stay consistent on my channel. And so today I am like literally leaving here in about 15 to 20 minutes. So I said, okay, I'm gonna record this video today in the bathroom, getting ready. I thought this would be a good time to have a little conversation with you guys about getting through slow seasons, having faith, regaining faith, and moving forward with faith in business. Let's get into it. And I'm sorry y'all for the echo. Something that I've learned is that slow progress is still progress. One foot in front of the other is still progress. And a lot of times, like I said on my community tab last week, we try to look so far ahead, and when we look so far ahead, the road to get there literally looks impossible. So a lot of times we slow ourselves down. A lot of times we stop ourselves before it's actually even our time to stop. Something that I thought about as I was thinking about my business and how it's growing now, I could have never foresaw the growth now, y'all. If I can be transparent, you know, my videos have been doing really well lately, and so I've been getting a lot of requests for brand deals and a lot of different things that are taking off in different areas of my business that I didn't even anticipate happening this quickly. But when I think about it, this is an accumulation of everything that I've been praying for since I first started my channel years ago. This is finally lining up as I'm finishing my MBA this year, and as I'm doing all these things, this is finally lining up to the dreams and visions I had in 2017, 2018. But back then, I literally had no idea. I don't know if you guys know about my story for real, but before I got into business, I teach business now. I've done business. I'm studying business. I love business now. But before business, I was a 7th grade math teacher. And I remember I was home one day sleeping, and I had a dream. And in the dream, because I was talking to God, praying before the dream about how, like, you know, am I doing everything? Like, teaching math was my dream job, legit. So I'm doing that. So like, what's up? What's next? And I remember having a dream that I was in this boardroom teaching business to high-level executives. And I woke up like, God, business? My twin sister studied business and is in business. My brother has an MBA and he's in business. My mother has owned a business for 20 plus years. My father is also an expert in business. My entire family is in business. With me, I study psychology. I'm a math teacher. I love it here. How am I going to be teaching high-level executives business one day? That's the end goal, right? God sometimes shows us and gives us a desire for the end goal before we actually even begin. And so, you know, I knew that I wanted to now get into business. I'm intrigued. I wanted to teach. What I'm doing now is what I wanted to do. I wanted to teach business online like this. But I said, I know nothing about business, so what can I do? And so I did the first thing that I could think of, which was start a clothing business, an online clothing boutique. It's the only thing that my mind could grasp at the time, back in 2018. And so I was starting the clothing boutique, and I was teaching 7th grade math still. And I then had this desire to come on YouTube and just start to document the process and talk about what I was learning, because I was brand new to business and I knew nothing. So I was researching, reading books, doing everything in courses and classes, doing whatever I could to figure out how to make sales in my clothing boutique. And whenever I learned something, I would come on YouTube and share that with people, whoever would listen, and that happened to grow an audience. One step in front of the other is what leads you to that final big goal, whatever your big goal is. I remember when I was in driving school, getting my driver's license, I had to do like a driver simulation. And I used to be so afraid of driving because I used to have dreams and nightmares as a kid of me losing control of the wheel and going off course. So as I was driving in the simulation, I realized that if I looked too far ahead, okay, now I don't know what to do with the wheel. Like, I see a curb coming up. Should I turn my wheel now? But if I tried to start turning my wheel too soon, I now was going in the other lane, and I was trying to turn before it was actually my time to turn. And I realized that if I looked right in front of me, I had so much more clarity. It was easier to drive. I could just do one thing in front of the other. And then eventually my turn came up. But if you think about when you're going around a curb and you're driving, As long as you're doing what's right in front of you, you will naturally start to curve your car as you look at the road right in front of you. And before you know it, you'll look back and say, oh, I went around the curve. That was easy. God, has huge visions for all of us. In Jeremiah, we learned that God told the prophet Jeremiah that before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you already. I appointed you to be a prophet to the nations. And Jeremiah was going through a phase where he was afraid. He didn't know what to say. And he said, listen, I will put the words in your mouth. Jeremiah's position was already predetermined before he was born. And the same is for all of us. Before we were born, there was something on this earth that God wanted us to do. We were born to do that. And so there are things that you may be desiring, and God is giving you those desires to push you closer to where he wants you to inevitably be. That doesn't mean that it's going to happen overnight. That just means that as you're going through life, don't forget about the vision, but every single day, put one foot in front of the other and continue going forward, because in the end, that thing is for an appointed time. And so if you're asking yourself, okay, well, what should I do today? What should I do right now? One of my favorite scriptures that leads me a lot in entrepreneurship is Ecclesiastes 11 verses 4 through 6. The scripture reads, farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. If they watch every cloud, they never harvest. So if you're waiting for the perfect idea, you're waiting for the perfect time to start the idea, you'll end up never actually going forward with it. And you'll end up never even reaping a harvest, getting the rewards or the benefits from those potential ideas that you have. It says, just as you cannot understand the path of the wind or the mystery of a tiny baby growing in its mother's womb, so you cannot understand the activity of God who does all things. We can't understand the mysteries of God all the time, but that can't stop us from going forward. So here's your instruction. Plant your seed in the morning and keep busy all afternoon, for you don't know if profit will come from one activity or another, or maybe both. This is why I started the e-commerce business, and then I started the YouTube channel, and then I created the clothing line, and then I wrote the book, and then I started doing ebooks, and then I started doing coaching services, and now I'm here talking to you guys. I do brand deals, etc. Because the word tells us, God tells us in his word that we don't know which thing is gonna pop off, but 10 years from now, you'll look back and say, I can't believe that one random idea that I had to do this led me all the way to this. You never know the path that you're going to take, and you never know which idea is going to be that one big idea to pop off. All you know is that you have a few ideas, you have a few desires, you're thinking about going forward with it, you're not sure if you should. So this is the sign to say you should. Put one foot in front of the other. Forget about the what ifs and forget about anything else. All you can do is put one foot in front of the other. And I bet you, looking back this time next year, you'll say, wow, look where that got me. Wow, look at what God has done for me. So that's all I have for you guys today. I need to get ready. I got to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Hit the subscribe button down below if you're new to my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.